and economic data for further direction. But speaking of gold, international gold, both gold and silver back home have also scaled fresh peaks on MCX. The December gold futures shot 1.17 lakh per 10 grams, whereas silver futures, they climbed over 1.4 lakh per kg. Now, fueling this rally are strong spot demand, robust festive buying, hopes of further Fed rate cuts, and of course, persistent global uncertainty. So how long can this glittering rally last, and how is India shopping for precious metals this festive season? To decode that, I'm joined by Manav Modi, who's an analyst who tracks precious metals at MOFSL. Hi Manav, very good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Well, gold continues to scale its fresh highs. It is at record levels yet again, both in international and domestic markets. In fact, it has given an over 46% return in the last year. Though silver has seen an even sharper hike, right? So just wanted to understand what is your outlook on the sustainability of this rally that these precious metals are seeing.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you for having me. Definitely, I think gold and silver has answered the question which market normally asks, that how much more from here. There is absolutely no stopping because we've hit multiple peaks, in terms of COMEX as well as on the domestic front. But if we just talk about gold and silver story wise, we were definitely hoping for some dips before this rally starts. But after the Jackson Hole Symposium and the rate cut also adding to the overall fundamental, strong and giving the bulls more confidence, I think both gold and silver rallied fantastically in the previous few months. Like you mentioned, definitely over 40% on a YTD basis for both gold and silver. Apart from the geopolitical shocks, the tariff, trade tariffs that President Trump has with major economies, rate cut and the overall demand is very interesting data to look at, because even at this rate, even at this prices, especially on the domestic front where we are heading towards festive and wedding season, MCX prices are at a premium. So this signifies that there is a supply shocks in the physical market. Definitely the overall all-time highs rate normally signifies that the demand could be a bit lower, but I think this time it is not the case. As we are heading towards the Diwali season, the wedding season, market participants were in a FOMO mode till now, waiting for some correction, but I think now the demand could rise. Apart from that, I think other buyers are also there. When we talk about ETF inflows, central bank buying are also adding to the overall sentiment. So this goes for, I think, definitely gold and silver both, right, where we have strong buyers.
Right. I was actually going to ask you about the jewelry demand itself, the demand for physical gold. But now that you've already explained that it continues to go higher in this festive season and the wedding season that is coming up ahead, just wanted to understand your take, when we're talking about gold and silver. Silver this time around has really outperformed gold also. So do you expect that trend to continue? And if so, what will be the drivers over there?
Yeah, I think definitely we were hoping for silver to perform this way since some time, but the gold's performance was quite sharp over the past few years. When we talk about 2022 Russia Ukraine or the Israel Hamas in 23, but I think silver this time has a great support from the industrial metals as well, where copper and zinc has just started with its overall breakthrough. So I think silver definitely could match or outperform gold this year. In terms of the gold silver ratio also, we've seen a fall from 110 to almost 81 now.
Understood. So that's about the gold and silver ratio. But, Manav, before we let you go, just a quick take on the jewelry demand that you are seeing, that is physical gold demand that you're seeing from tier 2 and tier 3 cities in this festive season, given the high prices. And secondly, just a quick take on, the kind of returns that we have seen from gold and silver. Are people now, is the Indian consumer now shifting towards gold as an investment strategy, via ETF, sovereign gold bonds? So has that change happened?
Yeah, I think definitely the overall demand from the tier 2, tier 3 will be more clear once we have the Diwali. Definitely the demand, like I mentioned, is definitely in the premium side. So the demand is definitely there. But once we have the official reports from the jewelers and the institutions, we will have further clarity on the further tiers. But then if we just look at the overall story wise, I think gold silver both has more room further on the higher side with the fundamentals like you mentioned of the US shutdown and the jobs rate and the rate cut expectations. So that could push prices more higher, but significant dips if we get overall view still remains on the higher side on the buying side.
Understood. So more room for rally expected given the global concerns that are there for both the precious metals, gold and silver. That's the word coming in. Thanks, Manav, for that perspective. On that note, we'll let you go. Lovely speaking with you. Hope to connect with you again.
Thank you.
All right. On that note, we'll take a very short break. Be right back with more news and updates coming up on the other side.